Hey guys! So right now is a really busy time of the year for photographers and also a really busy time of the year for your clients as well. I know that's really stressful because I see a lot of people, trying to get mini sessions in, trying to, get their stuff packaged up to send out cards and stuff for people to be able to receive their stuff in time for Christmas. And our clients are going through kind of the same stress, right? Because they are, dealing with, trying to make the best Christmas for their family. So there's probably a lot of money issues, a lot of budgeting issues, a lot of traveling. That can cause a lot of stress on them. Although it is right now a good time of the year to really be jolly and to cherish your family and be happy and thankful for everything, I know that we are dealing with a lot. And I kind of noticed that I'm having a lot more difficulty with my clients this month than I do usually, the middle of the year. And a few clients a year always kind of give you a hard time. That's just the nature of running a business. And so you kind of have to expect that. And I kind of want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to kind of deal with difficult clients. Of course, your business plan and my business plan and maybe the business plan of the person next to me is not going to be the same. So every scenario is different. So I can't, speak specifically to any scenario, but I can talk to you guys a little bit about how to help kind of like ease the transition when you have a misunderstanding with a client. So in 2013, one of my goals was to be very positive. So I wanted to not respond to negative posts on my Facebook, not to post negative stuff on my Facebook, to wake up with a really good outlook on life. And I really just didn't want to cause aggravation in my life. So I always looked at all my problems as if it was a first world problem. I'm not going to let it stress me out. Meaning, there's other people out there that are dealing with way worse things than me. So I'm not going to let it, get to me and make me really unhappy, basically. So my goal for 2014 is to be a little bit more flexible based off of the experience I had in the last month with a few of my clients. So what I mean by that is I do believe in sticking to your guns sometimes, because we are running a business. We're not running a charity. We're not running a nonprofit. We're here to, provide for our family, right? So I do believe that, there are some times where you kind of have to say, well, I'm sorry, there really is nothing I can do. But I also do believe in us being a little bit more flexible. And that's what I want to, that's my goal for my next upcoming year. And what I mean by being flexible is it doesn't really hurt to ask your clients sometimes, what can I do in this situation to make you a little bit more happy? And you might see that sometimes they'll come back and say, I just want an 8x10 print or something like that. And 8x10 print, guys, is so feasible. So just to be able to ease their fuss just a little bit or ease their stress just a little bit to provide the 8x10 print, I'm happy to do that. So that's what I mean by being a little bit more flexible, or just being a little bit more understanding, being open to certain things that we might not usually are open to. I really believe that killing your client with kindness is really an important thing. And you always have to be kind to them no matter how difficult they are. So that leads me to my second thing, is to never put your personal feelings into any of the responses that you get, especially with a misunderstanding. So even though maybe your client is difficult and being really aggressive, it's never a good idea to mention that. I know that, we believe in our art so much, that we really get easily defensive when people are basically, attacking us. So, we want to go on defensive and we want to call them names, or, we want to say, you're being really unreasonable. But when you say things like that to them, it makes them be on the defensive, and it really is harder to fix the problem. So when you're responding back to your clients, try to keep it very matter of fact. Only keep to the facts of the situation based off their contract, what they signed, and what emails that you already sent to them. And never put your personal feelings into these emails, into these responses, because basically you don't want to keep fueling the fire and keep making it a personal attack on them rather than more of a business relationship and trying to fix and resolve a problem. Okay. The third thing is, don't beat yourself up. I know that it's really, really hard, because this is your business, this is your livelihood, and it's really hard to not, look back and, just really just say, it was your fault, and, really struggled with that. I remember when I was little, my dad owned his own business and he would have many sleepless nights when he had problems at his store or whatever. Now I go through the same thing. I have sleepless nights when I know that I have to deal with a difficult email in the morning and things like that. And I just look at it as it's a learning experience. You know, it's going to evolve my business, and I can't beat myself up over it, you know, over one little thing. If I just kept doing that, I would never go anywhere in my business. So just for example, you know, when I first started my first year of business, I did a really, really crucial mistake where I canceled on a bride. I returned her deposit and everything, but, you know, I got a really bad review about it on one of the message boards. You know, it's still there, and, you know, sometimes I cringe when I look at it, but then I always think about, because of that, I put all these implementations into my business plan to prevent that from happening again. So that was a really big learning experience for me, and all I can say is that I grew from it. And you are a person, you're going to make mistakes, and that is totally okay. All right. That goes into my last and final thing. You have to learn from your experience with this difficult client. Right now in the threads, I'm seeing that a lot of people are saying, you know, that was just one bad apple of a pile of apples. And that is true. You know, this month when I had my one difficult situation, you know, all my other clients in the last year were really great. I didn't really have anybody that I could say, you know, really gave me a hard time. This was just one out of like 50 clients or something like that. And, you know, yeah, it might have been just one bad apple, one bad client, but you also can't just chalk it up to that. You know, every client is a learning experience. Every client can make your business better. So you always have to keep in mind what they're saying about your business and what you're going to do next time to kind of prevent that from happening again. Because if it can happen one time, it can happen a second time, right? So I'll give you a little example of what I learned. You know, I had a misunderstanding with a client regarding the contract and based off of what was included in the contract, right? And I kind of sat down and thought about it after everything was all said and done. And I said, you know, what made this client not my target client? Why was this client different from all my other clients? And what can I do later to kind of prevent that? So of course, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, revise some stuff in my contract. You know, I'm going to reward some things in my initial emails, things like that. But then now also I'm being a little more exclusive, you know, based off what happened. You know, now I'm only shooting my boudoir clients 21 and over. And that kind of narrows down my focus a lot more. Of course, throughout the years, once you learn and keep, you know, taking in stuff like this from bad situations, you know, your client pool is going to get smaller and smaller, but that's a good thing, okay? Being exclusive is not bad. It just basically shows that you're growing. It shows that you specialize in something, and that's something to be proud of. So all in all, what I'm trying to say is that you're going to make mistakes along the way. You know, they're going to deal with a lot of difficult situations throughout the years, and you're not the only one. It's okay to, you know, not be perfect. And I hope that's what you get from this video. Next week and the week after that, I will be in Europe. I'm doing a kind of pre-baby trip. So you might not see an informative video next week or the week after. You might see more of me kind of traveling in Europe kind of thing. If I have time, I might do an informative video. I'm not sure yet. But as always, I still do videos every Thursday. So just kind of subscribe to this channel, Please subscribe to this channel to keep up on more tips and tricks. I will talk to you next time. Bye.